Welcome to the Lead Her Radio Show, where up is in and women are on the rise. Featuring your host, Kim Boudreaux-Smith, business consultant and strategist, speaker, and international best-selling author. Kim supports women entrepreneurs in becoming top producers in their business. Kim's guests will be sharing business strategies and how to overcome obstacles and achieve true success. And now, here's your host, Kim Boudreaux-Smith.
Well, good afternoon, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Lead Her Up Is In, Women on the Rise. This is Bold Biz Tip Thursdays, and I've got a wonderful guest. I can't wait for all of you to hear her amazing business story. And of course, all my guests are amazing. My opinion is very biased. It's interesting. I just met my guest not too long ago, and it's a really neat story. So we'll be sharing some of that. But before we move on and before I bring Yvonne out of my beautiful green room that she's comfortably waiting in, we are broadcasting live from Bold Radio Station. And Bold Radio Station is a 5-star turnkey experience for women business owners who desire to have a radio show without all the fuss and muss and stress and worries and technology savvy involved. My business, my team does it all for you. Again, it's a done for you service. So we are broadcasting live from that station. We've got a lot of new things coming up at Bold Radio Station over the next 30 days. We're going to be changing a lot of things over behind the scenes, and I'm excited about that. Just a reminder, on December 20th, Friday, on December 20th, we launched Bold is Beautiful. It is on Amazon.com. If you have not received your copy of Bold is Beautiful, go to Amazon. Please get your copy. I want you to meet these beautiful 27 women. They put their heart on their sleeves. They removed it from their sleeves and literally put it down in a chapter of words. Beautiful writers, beautiful stories. These women really put themselves out there, and I would love for you to get to know them. So please get your copy. I am in the midst of Bold is Beautiful 2, and no, that is not the title. This second book that I am compiling is Bold is Beautiful, The Bare Truths About Owning a Business. So stay tuned for that. It will be out more towards the end of May. So sit tight and stay tuned for that as well. I think that is it, besides the fact that I keep talking about weather. So let's talk about weather one more time. It is sunny and beautiful here on a Thursday afternoon in Michigan after we had a snowstorm yesterday. Oh my goodness gracious, will spring ever rear her beautiful head? We're hoping, anyways. All right, let's move on, because I want everyone to meet my guest, Yvonne Denslow. Yvonne is an independent consultant and an executive director with 31 Gifts, a party plan direct sales company that specializes in totes, handbags, and organizing items that can be personalized. Yvonne has been with 31 since September of 2009. She has built a $1 million organization that includes over 450 women. But her greatest accomplishment as a work-at-home mom is helping other women build their own bag empires. I love that, helping other women build their own bag empires. So without further ado, could you please all welcome Yvonne Denslow. Yvonne, thank you for being on my show today. Welcome.
Thank you, Kim. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And so I want to start off with the cute story of how you and I instantly, and it was an instant connection. It was back in January, New Year's, and you and your husband met my husband. Was it on the plane or at the Rose Bowl game? It was on the plane, correct?
No, it was truly the day of the Rose Bowl. Before I would say the Rose Bowl tailgating.
Okay, all right. So on New Year's Day, you all were out there having a blast at the Rose Bowl game. And I know my husband spoke. He texted me after he met you and was speaking with you. He just sang your praises so beautifully. And he's like, and they all, Scott, whom he works with, who you all went to college with, or your husband went to college with, and you guys all keep in contact. Who Scott lives here in Michigan and works with my husband, and they both gave me one of the best compliments to me before even talking with you and meeting you. They both said, "Oh my God, this Yvonne reminds me a lot of you, Kim. The two of you have so much in common." I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait to meet this woman." And we had an instant connection over the phone, of course.
Absolutely.
I thought it was so nice of them to give me that, to provide that compliment. But all right, let's move forward. I want you to share with everybody what 31 is, because Yvonne, before that day when you and I were talking, I didn't know what 31 is, and now that I've met you, it seems like I see it. I see women on Facebook that are involved with this 31. It's so interesting how you are opened up a garage door or a huge door, and then all of a sudden you start seeing it. So will you please share with everybody what 31 is?
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny you say that, because it is. It's kind of like when you buy a car and then you see your car everywhere,
I know.
you know?
Yeah, I know.
So 31 is like you said, a direct sales business, and we specialize in totes, handbags, organizing items, accessories, gifts, all that can be personalized, monogrammed. We also do some special things, cancer ribbons, and different icons. It's just a really amazing business. The company was founded in 2003 by a lady named Cindy Monroe, and she has an amazing motto for our company, and it's to celebrate, encourage, and reward women, which she lives by every single day. And although I don't work side by side with her on a daily basis, what she has done with this organization is just amazing. It really has trickled down to just about everyone in this company. And I mean, we call it a sisterhood, and it truly is. It's where I think I was meant to be, and it's really a little more than just about the bag. It's a pretty neat organization.
You shared with me on the phone that day what 31 means, because anyone listening goes, okay, 31, what's 31? Will you share with the listeners what that means?
Yes, absolutely. And it's not 31 flavors or 31 prints. I've asked people at parties, and they always, if they don't know, they come up with all these great ideas. But I know. 31 is actually named after Proverbs 31 in the Bible. And that verse and that Proverbs actually talks about the virtuous woman and recognizing us for all that we do and rewarding us for all that we do, because we wear so many hats. We are moms, we are friends, we are neighbors, we are in our community, we are running here and there. And I mean, little did, when the Bible was written, little did they know how much we would be doing in the year 2014. So we need to be rewarded for that. And that's where that name comes from.
I love that. And when you shared that with me that one day, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful, and I'm going to look that up, that Proverbs 31, and pull that out, because I love that virtuous woman. When we talk about a virtuous woman, I see this beautiful, curvaceous goddess with this long flowing gown on, and she's out in a meadow somewhere, and she's smiling, and her hand is out, her hand is up, her hand is down. She's reaching up, she's reaching down, she's reaching out to help herself and other women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing in our company. Whether you're on my team or you're on someone else's team, whether you live near me or you live thousands of miles away, the women in this organization are amazing and really, really helpful, truly there supportive in everything that we go through. It's very rare in corporate America or in just business in general that you find women that are so supportive and understanding.
Yes, yeah. I love what you put in your bio, bag empires. And and I know you've shared with me, and I hear you saying again, it's more than just the bag. So there was something else you shared with me that day about your events at 31, and how they have breakout sessions, which are always awesome. I come from the mentality, Yvonne, I can never learn enough. I'm like, I want to learn because I'm always wanting to improve. I want to grow. I want to reinvest in me and reinvest in my business. But there was one other little something there about the guys, the partners, the husbands. Could you share that?
Yes. Well, I can't remember when this happened. It was a few years ago. And I think I was on a leadership incentive trip that I earned in Mexico, which is always fabulous when you earn, a week-long paid vacation for free for you and your husband. And all the husbands were there, and I think someone came up with the term HOT, HOT, husbands of 31.
Oh.
And what has happened is that has truly evolved into what we call the husbands of 31. We call them HOTs. Mm-hmm. And it has turned into where Cindy Monroe's husband, Scott Monroe, who is very involved and works for 31, he actually hosts at our leadership or at our national conference every year. He actually hosts a HOT conference, a HOT breakout session for the husbands. And it's amazing that they talk about, how to support their wives in this business and, what truly a better understanding of what we really are doing. So it's pretty neat. And when you go to some of these, conferences or these leadership trips, there's husbands actually wearing T-shirts that say "hot" on them. So
I love it. That's so
cute. It's really fun. It's fun.
I don't know if you ever read the book "Ask Me About Mary Kay" by Jackie Brown. And Mary Kay's the mogul, the makeup mogul that started back in the 60s down in Dallas. And it's interesting. Jackie Brown is one of her first consultants that came on board, and she grew an unbelievable business. And it got to a point eventually where her husband Jackie Brown's husband was still working. Jackie was working in the Mary Kay, and it got to a point where Jackie eventually stepped away and opened up her own business. And her husband left his career to do all this, to be with her. And I just think it's wonderful. And I'm not insinuating that, husbands today go resign, but why shouldn't husbands stand behind, or stand, I don't even like that standing behind, I take that back, stand next to their wives as their wives are growing a business, because, that's just enhancing the family, the family economics and it's more than just the economics. It just helps women with their self-confidence and a business and, all that stuff that comes along with owning a very viable, successful business.
Absolutely. And I hear those stories often with leaders in our company where, and that's actually, it's a goal of ours. How amazing is it for your husband to really be able to do what he wants to do? Sometimes we don't go after our goals because we just think they're impossible, but they're really not. And this life is really short. And to be able to, do what you really want to do in life, whether it's helping others, starting your own business, why can't you do that together as husband and wife?
Yep.
So
the power of the numbers.
Absolutely. Yes.
The power of numbers, and we're human beings. We're not meant to be alone anyways. We're meant to be, we're pack people. Like dogs. Dogs are pack animals. We're pack people. We're not meant to be alone. So Why did you decide? Yvonne, what directed you? What pushed you? What really woke you up inside to step up and look at 31 and get involved with 31 and direct sales?
Well, I started out, I was in corporate America. I actually wore a lot of different hats my past careers. But when I became a mom, I struggled with being a mom and having a career, because I wanted to do both and I wanted the best of both worlds. I wanted to be home with my children, but I also wanted to have something that defined me other than being a mom. And, some people would say, well, that's impossible. But I just kind of felt like, well, it is possible. So I got involved with direct sales when my youngest son was about, I want to say, a little less than a year old. And I was with another organization, and I did that for a couple years, and I wasn't super successful. And I just happened to run into 31 Gifts. My neighbor was having a party. She had been out east because 31 actually started in Tennessee. We're now based out of Columbus, Ohio, but it kind of took a while to move out west, and I'm in Colorado right now. So I saw it, and I fell in love with the bags. I thought, these are the cutest totes and bags I've ever seen. My sister-in-laws would love these, and I haven't seen anything like this. And I just saw an opportunity. I saw a great door that was open, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to walk right through. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to walk right through, and I'm going to try this out. And I really just wanted to add to our family budget every month. But then it kind of grew from there, and kept setting my goals a little higher, and it really just blossomed, turned into something just amazing.
That is, Yvonne, I'm huge with, with opportunities, and I work with, women from all over the world, and women, I've heard women say, how do you know when there's an opportunity? And it's like, well, when you're crystal clear on your passion and you're crystal clear about yourself, you will see an opportunity presents itself right there in front of you. And then you have to take a leap of faith. You have to take a risk, and you have to continue to take risks in order for our businesses to grow. And you have to continue to keep raising the bar higher and higher and higher. What you were talking about with goals, raising the bar higher and higher and higher. And we don't, just because we have a good year or a good month, we don't get to take our foot off the pedal. We keep the pedal to the metal.
Absolutely.
How about those little analogies that I'm slipping in there?
They're perfect. They're perfect. I love them.
And that's what you did. So in 2009, and we are now in 2014. Talk about when you were at your neighbor's house and you saw this opportunity, you didn't see anything like that, and you came back and you're like going to your husband and going, oh my God, this is an amazing opportunity, and this is what I'm going to do. And off you launched your 31 business. Talk about that first year, trials and tribulations, the peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs.
Yes. Well, it's interesting you say when I came back and showed my husband, because I didn't actually tell him I was going to do this for a few days because I have tried so many things, and I thought, he's just going to roll his eyes and say, here you go again. And although he's very supportive, but I think he just, I tried a lot of things. So I did remember kind of over breakfast one morning, kind of sliding the catalog over to him and saying, I'm thinking about trying this out. What do you think? And, I think his initial thoughts were probably, just by his, nonverbal reaction, were probably like, hope this doesn't cost us a lot of money. You know, and really it didn't, because I immediately started making money with 31, which is the amazing thing where, you know, as a party plan business, the first party you do, I mean, you're making great money. I mean, great money. You know, better than you can if you go, you know, to the mall and try and get, you know, a part-time job or working, you know, in an office. It's for, you know, a few hours for a party, it averages out to about, you know, $30 to $40 an hour, which is pretty amazing when you start out.
Yep.
So that was great. And my husband started to see that happen, and he was, I think, relaxing and breathing a little more. One of the goals after I had achieved my initial goal of just adding, you know, $1,000 to the monthly income family budget is I wanted to be the very first director in Colorado, because we didn't have any directors yet. And I was able to achieve that in less than a year. And then, you know, then I kind of freaked out. I was like, oh my goodness, now I'm a director. What does that mean? I mean, what do I do now? So it was just the next stage in my, you know, along the path. And I reached out to some really great women in our organization and asked for their advice. And I got through that, but I was really scared. And just through that journey, that first year, I started to realize what an amazing group of women, like I said before, are truly part of this organization, no matter where they are. And it just really helped me loosen up and kind of be myself. I feel like I've been able to come back. I think you and I have talked about this, is I've been able to come back and be me and not have to put on this shield, so to speak, and be this tough exterior to be successful in this business. I've been able to be just who I am, and I care for people, and I love being around people, and I don't have to worry about, you know, being judged for being a nice person, I guess, is what I would like to say. Mm-hmm. So that personal, you know, discovery has been amazing.
Isn't that neat, Yvonne? Because I always say, and one of my very dear friends, who's my business colleague, partner, enough of labeling her, but she said to me one time last year, owning our own businesses makes us, and I'm paraphrasing, these are not her exact words, forces us to turn in every single day. When we own our own business, it's about personal growth and development as well as business growth and development, but it's about personal inner development. We turn in. It builds it strengthens our confidence. It diminishes the lack of self-esteem. It strengthens our self-worth and self-trust. You know, as we build and grow like that. And, you know, with what you're sharing, you know, we became a director, and I love that you set your sights on that. You did it within the year, and then it was an you know, it's like when our dreams are coming true and we are stepping into the success we so desire. Now, everybody has a different definition of success, but the success that we so personally desire, I mean, I get that periodically, I go, oh my gosh, this is really heavy. My dreams are not coming true. My dreams are true. I mean, my dreams are here. I'm living my dreams, and I'm helping other women, which in turn, that's what you do. I mean, over 450 women, you are helping over 450 women step into their success that they so desire, whether it is on a part-time basis or whether it's a full-time basis, and they shoot their eyes on the directorship like what you did, and then to the next levels after that. And the beauty also, too, what I'm hearing here about 31 is all the way up to Cindy Monroe, who started this business, This is a win. This is a Stephen Covey eighth habit. It's a win together situation, because if any one of your women team members fail, Yvonne, you fail. And everyone else, all the way up to Cindy Monroe, fails. So it sounds like it's all about success. It's everyone's success is based upon a collaboration.
Absolutely. Yes. And it is, like you said, success is really different for everybody. And what I love about supporting and really empowering other women in this business is they do grow and they do develop, and they, it's baby steps at times, it's big leaps at times, it's that leap of faith. It's confidence, it's making new friends, whatever their goals are and whatever they consider success, it can be whatever they want it to be. And I love supporting their reason for doing this business. For some women, it's a single mom who needs to put food on the table. Mm-hmm. And that's her first, goal. For some women, it's getting out of the house and really just finding themselves and meeting new people. For others, it's, just going straight to the top. Yep. Because that's just their dream. So whatever anyone's reason, or we call their why, whatever their why is for doing this business, I love being a part of it and seeing them grow. It's almost like, being a mom and watching your children grow and hearing them, just the day that they thank you for helping them, or thank you for whatever, how you've inspired them. That is, I think, one of the most amazing feelings in the world, is to be able to help these women.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. And it's like I said, it's not only are you helping yourself, because you have to help yourself first and foremost. It's a cliche, with the oxygen mask on an airplane, you put yours on first, and then in turn you take care of your children or the passenger next to you or whatever. It is, we use that a lot. We don't practice that. And in my analogy, but, Yvonne, I love the fact that, you helped yourself first. You set up your standards and your goals and just blossom from there. And everything that you blossom from, you were helping another woman. And whether they were just purchasing products to become organized. I love that, by the way. Organization items. Oh, my gosh. Being a business owner, organization. That, or just something fun for themselves, or, or whatever, to actually having a woman own a business and contribute to a family, or in whatever way, shape, and form, whether she was a single parent or, looking at empty nest syndrome, whatever. I love that. And, I really like all of that. So how hard that first year, how hard did you have to work to get to that directorship?
That's a really good question. I don't think it seemed, I was working my business consistently, but definitely not on a full-time basis. I really only, probably, hour-wise, if you put it into a time frame, I probably worked about, 10 hours to 15 hours a week. And that was above the average for, a new consultant who may only, work about 5 hours, maybe even 10 hours a week if they do 2 or 3 parties a week. But I don't feel like I probably worked consistently. That's a good way to say it. And, it's been such a fun ride that I don't even think of it as work. So I've just really, enjoyed it. It's just been kind of like, hanging out with my girlfriends.
You know, something that, and I love all the things that you're saying this morning. You're bringing such golden kernel nuggets to the table here. When we're passionate about what we're doing, every day is like always hanging out with the girlfriends. It's not work. It becomes it. And don't get me wrong, for everybody that's listening, you know, there are times where we really have to push our sleeves up and maybe work a little bit longer in a day, or, you know, or go have dinner with the family down the hall and then walk back down the hall and go back into the office, and or whatever the case may be. But it's not work. Yeah. And I hear women say, oh, I've been in my business for 10 years and I'm exhausted. And it's like, that burnout, you know, it's that burnout exhaustion. Well, when we love what it is that we are doing, and when we're making a difference in society and the world and supporting other people, and Yvonne, in my case, it's other women, this doesn't become work anymore because it's passionate about what we are doing. And we're human. We do get tired. But when I get tired, it's just a different kind of a tired, and there's some exhilarate. You know, I'm exhilarated sometimes when I'm tired like that at the end of the day. But it's different when you're passionate about what you do. There's no saying, "Oh my God, I'm exhausted." It's like, man, you're on the cusp of burnout, or you're in the middle of burnout, and you better reevaluate what's going on in your life and in your business. You better reevaluate.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
So we're only halfway through the show, Yvonne. Will you please share how everybody can get in touch with you? And we'll circle back around at the end of the show as well.
Sure, absolutely. There are a couple different ways. First, you can take a look at my website and get a better visual of what we're all about and who I am also by going to www.my31, and that's all spelled out without a hyphen. So it's mythirtyrtye.com/Yvonne, YVONNED, as in David. And, you know, you can get in touch with me via my email too. It's YK as in Kathy Denslow, DENSLOW 31@gmail.com.
Yeah, so please, everyone, reach out to Yvonne and check out these products. I'm getting a personal catalog from her, but I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to get on the website. I got on the website shortly after you and I met, but I need to swerve back around and get on the website again. I know that because I tune into the organizing items, because for me personally, I feel I never can be organized enough.
I know. Well, we're constantly, you know, like you said, as businesswomen, that is something that we're constantly reinventing or redoing, I guess maybe is the right way to say, but
yeah.
I'm always reorganizing.
We're getting ready to go into some spring organizing, cleaning around here real soon. You know, it's just like those, I guess I'm seasonal, but yeah, I'd love to always like to redo things, especially as I grow within my office and my business. I'm always, okay, how I had it one way didn't work anymore. It's time to try maybe something else to make it more efficient and more organized, you know?
Right, absolutely. And why not make it cute and fun and stylish too?
I'm all about cute, fun, and stylish. You wouldn't know though at the moment. Thank God we're on the radio. But woo, I just gave my truth out there. So, Yvonne, how do you find your business? Now, you've started this in 2009. And how do you go about continuing to strengthen your core of your business? I see an apple now. Strengthen your core. See, I'm so visual. Strengthen the core of your business and enhancing that core and growing that business. How do you do this?
Well, that is another great question. There are actually two parts to our business. And so one of it is our personal business. And then as a leader in our company, the other part is our team. So but the core does have to be strong. And The one thing that we are always taught and reminded of is that our core business or personal business does need to be very solid and strong so that we can, teach and train and inspire our team. And I really, when I started, it started with a small circle of influence, a small circle of friends, because I was fairly new to Colorado. And it kind of grew from there. We have a kind of a foolproof system to help new consultants with getting outside of their circle of influence. And it all starts at the party. And then you continue to grow, and that circle gets bigger and bigger, and you meet new women, and they introduce you to new women, and then, you go to another party, and then there's a whole new group of new women. And so that's definitely one way, and we have a system that we like to teach new consultants, that works really well. So they're not just stuck going, uh-oh, now what do I do? I just, talk to all my friends, and I'm not going anywhere. And then besides that, I love to meet people, and this really is a people business. It's a relationship business, and just with different things I'm involved in, at the school with my kids, and the neighborhood, and, the gym, just kind of wherever you go, it's just a great place to build new relationships. And Facebook has been amazing just to reconnect with old friends. So that really helps strengthen the core of my business because it's about people, really. And then I just hope to train and inspire the women on my team to do the same thing. Build those relationships, and really that has to come first before the bag. You've got to you've got to be compassionate and caring and sincere with the women that are, future customers or hostesses or, business partners. It really is about getting to know them. So that's how I build my business. I just get to know other women, and I love it because I have such an interest in people.
That's how we sell, by the way, as women. We serve. We don't really SELL, which is not a nasty four-letter word. Is because if there are any woman out there listening to this, any woman who are just sitting there and they've got that mindset going on, saying, "Oh my gosh, just be, Kim and done this, Yvonne done that. I can never do that because I don't sell." Well, I'll tell you what. Every day we wake up, we do sell, but we don't really sell. Replace the word with selling to serving and building relationships. That's what women are all about. Women love to build relationships, and that's part of the being selling like a woman, by the way, is that talking and building the relationship. And maybe you are at the gym and you are talking about your business to someone because you're next to a woman, you guys are on the cardio machines, and you want that 30 minutes to go by fast, so you're both talking about kids and families and businesses and stuff like that. And maybe in that given moment, that woman that you are talking to, she may not be right, or it may not be a fit for her to come on to 31, but she may want to host a party. She may have a sister or a sister-in-law or a friend who is looking for a something and will refer. This is how women sell. This is how women operate.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And this is how we support one another to help move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
So, I want to go back to that day when you went to your neighbor's house. Back in 2009, we went to your neighbor's house for the little gathering, the party gathering, whatever word you want to use, and you saw this opportunity, and you're like really fired up about it, but you chose to let it sit for a little bit. Which, by the way, when I heard you say, excuse me, I am like having some, I'm having some sinus issues today. I heard you say, gosh, I've tried so many different things. Okay, first of all, that's a very serious spiritual entrepreneurs when we try different things, you know. So what did your husband do when you presented it to him a couple days after you had had it and you were milling it around and digressing it, and even though you were very adamant about moving forward, what did you do?
Well, my husband actually said, well, if this is, really what you want to do, that's fine. And I just really I saw such a great opportunity, and I felt like this was something different, that I got it within me, this feeling that I wanted to prove all the naysayers wrong. So that was kind of my driving force, and every once in a while that becomes my driving force as well. Whenever anyone doubts that I can do anything, I always, I kind of use that and turn that around and say, no, just watch me, because I'm going to do this, and you're going to, you'll see how successful I can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a very driven person. So they set their eyes, they set their focus, they set their goal, and then they go after it. And we can get pulled off track, but it's very easy to pull ourselves back on track when we're still focused on the destination, the end game, our big, huge goal there. So,
right.
It's everything that you have learned and still continue to move through, Yvonne, you can share with a new manager, a new director, a new person coming on who's just starting their business and going through a lot of the fears and the mindset stuff that a lot of us go through.
Right. And I feel like as long as you're true to yourself, then, it will come. I feel like there's no perfect or exact, list of characteristics to be successful. I think truly, honestly, finding out what your passion is and then being true to yourself is the number one key, and then having belief that you can do it, no matter what it is that you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. I believe we all have a purpose and a mission here on Earth, and we all have dreams. And to take that dream and turn it into a viable business, yes, you have to have a plan. And not only, with a strategic plan, but in an intentional plan. And you have to be so crystal clear on knowing yourself, being yourself, who your true being is, and what really makes you go absolutely gangbusters over your business, because there's a lot of, like you say, naysayers. There's a lot of negativeness that surrounds us. There's a lot of things that will bump us off track. And the more bumps that we get, and the least that we believe in ourselves and value ourselves. I think I just made up a word, value ourselves. But maybe I need to play a word game or something. But the least we value ourselves, though that negative naysaying, the husband of the eye rolling or the girlfriend of the eye rolling or whatever is going to throw us so far off course, we're going to lose sight of what that goal was originally to begin with. So you have to be so strong about yourself, so clear about yourself, so passionate about what it is that you want to deliver out there.
Absolutely. And if that just brings up another point that you can't live your life for other people. You have to be true and do what you want to do. And, at the end of the day, when you shut the lights off and, go to bed, it's you. You have to really know that what you're doing on a daily basis is truly deep within your passion and what you were brought to this earth to do. And sometimes that takes a while to figure out your passion, but even just understanding who someone is as a person, and accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have certain characteristics that are different than someone else, that is okay, because that's you and that's who you are. Accept your strengths and, move forward with those strengths.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So if any woman is out there listening right now and is really intrigued about this awesome company and wants to do something like this, first of all, we'll give you Yvonne's contact information again here momentarily, but reach out to Yvonne and work through those trepidations, work through those fears, work through that. That ego, that voice that goes off into her head. By the way, I call her the hag in the attic, because you're coming out of a comfort zone, and she likes to kick her heels up because we've been living a specific way for so many years. So when we change something up, she just gets a little verschimmeled, if you will. She gets a little nervous. You just got to reassure her that you know what you're doing. So if you really seriously want to take on a business, I mean, this is a turnkey business that you can work right out of your home, which is trust me, there's nothing better than working out of your home. As far as I am concerned, especially yesterday as I was watching the snowstorm, I didn't have to leave.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and and this is another thing too with this business, Yvonne, is this business, you could take your business internationally. You don't have to just stay right here in your backyard or right here nationally. You can also, with technology, go international. So if any woman's thinking about this, please do your due diligence. Look into this. Check out the products. Reach out to Yvonne. Schedule a call, schedule a talk, or however Yvonne works that. But don't let your fears hold you back, because they can.
Right.
You
don't want to look back. My biggest fear is looking back when I'm 80 and saying, gosh, I wish I would have.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wish I would have just tried something else. You don't want to have that regret.
Yes.
No. And I'm here to help anyone. So.
Yes. No regrets, and move through it. Just move through it, and don't worry about there's always going to be people out there rolling their eyes at what you're doing. I always tell my husband, I love when people say to me, "Really? You're doing that? You can't do that. You got to be out of your mind." I'm like, "Yep, I'm right on track now, aren't I?" It's like,
exactly.
There's always going to be people that say that, and I'll tell you what, I don't own that when they say that. When I look at it and I look at them and go, I think to myself how unhappy they are, and they're probably wishing they could do it themselves, move into their dreams, and they've got some story going on that's telling them they can't, because we live in such a can't society. So when people say things like that, I don't take that on. That's not me. That's their fear. That's their doubt that they're going through.
Absolutely. We would not have a lot of some amazing things in this world if it weren't for people who didn't listen to the naysayers. Walt Disney is one of them, because I think over 100 people turned him down to, partner with him. And he kept going until he found someone to believe in his dream. And, it amazes me the number of stories of people who have had so many no's, and people just doubted what they were doing, but yet they stuck to their dream and stuck to what they felt, what they believed in.
Yes. Do you know the other thing too about Walt Disney? He was fired from a newspaper company. Of course, this was a very long time ago. And when they fired him, they told him he didn't have any good ideas.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of very infamous people out there, historical people and people now. Gosh, Oprah Winfrey's one. Look at what she came from, and back in the day when she left the South and moved to Chicago, her mentor that hired her, that was in a time where the governor, I don't know if it was the governor or the mayor or whatever of that area of Chicago, And that was back in the day where African Americans were still looked down upon. And her mentor, who hired her for her first job, was a producer of a TV show or something, who was Caucasian, really was taking a risk out there because it was very much at that time. I caught this interview. She ended up interviewing him, and I caught this years ago. That was at a time where it was still, we were still in a time where African Americans were being suppressed. And so he took a risk, and so did she. And boy, oh boy, what a risk.
Right. And it really turned out amazing.
Yes.
She's done some amazing things for people.
Yes. And there's a lot of people that I think I'm not a big baseball fan. We teach this to a program that I teach in. I think it's Mickey Mantle struck out 700 times before he got his first hit.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, those are some major numbers. I mean, that's a huge number, 700 times to one. Wow.
Professional athletes amaze me at how hard they work, and some of their stories, some of the best athletes around just have such amazing stories. And if any of us even worked even half as hard as they did with our passion, we would definitely make this world a much better place.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Yvonne, please tell everybody one more time how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. You can email me at ykdenslow, that's ykdenslow31 @gmail.com. You can also check out my website at www.mymy31THIRTYONE/Yvonne D, YVONNED.
I can't wait to go look at that website again for all my office organization things.
Lots of good stuff. We'll talk, Kim.
I know we will. Yvonne, thank you so much for being. I told you the hour was going to go by fast, didn't I?
You did. It did go by fast, and this has been such a great experience, and I really appreciate you opening your arms to me and allowing me to be on your show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. You've done so many amazing things with your business, and you're helping so many other women, and you're paying things forward. It's I love it. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So thank you for being a guest today. I greatly appreciate it, and Bold Radio Station, of course, appreciates it. So if you could just sit tight, let me wrap the show up here. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for listening today. I hope you took away some beautiful golden nuggets from Yvonne to work through those fears. Don't stop. Don't stop looking. Don't stop seeking, but really get to know yourself, and then the opportunities will come. And the expression goes, which Yvonne and I did not talk about this, but this is one of my favorite, and people use this a lot. Oh, you better be careful what you ask for. No, don't ever be careful what you ask for. Just be crystal clear, because they come. Those are the opportunities that come knocking on your door. And you want to be so open and into yourself to be able to accept and recognize those beautiful opportunities like Yvonne did. And then, you know what? To move through those fears and the levels of as you grow. It's just so amazing. So I hope you, all the listeners, took something away from you for today. So again, we're wrapping up another Lead Her Up as In Women on the Rise. Bold Biz Tips Thursdays at Bold Radio Station. I'm Kim Boudreaux Smith. Again, I'm in the middle of a second anthology project. If you are interested, ever had a dream to write, and you would like to submit and be a part of a book, and submit a chapter, I would be elated to have a conversation with you. Just go to kimbsmith.com and fill out the contact and just say book project I'm interested in. And I'll get in touch with you, and I can give you some more of the details. If you've ever dreamed, desired, and really want your own radio show, but without all the fuss and muss, go to boldradiostation.com and fill out the contact paper there. And myself or someone within my team will get back in touch with you within like 48 hours. So go make it a wonderful Bold Biz Tip Thursday. Have a great rest of the week. I will be back on Monday evening. Please feel free to join us. We've got lots of other shows and things going on as well at the Bold Radio Station. You can get the schedule on the website. Go make it a great day. If you're living in a state where the weather is cold, stay warm. And if you're living in a state where the weather is warm, send it up here to Michigan. Thank you. We'll see you next week.